She's just laying there and taking it. She's not even attempting to swat at it.
She's such a calm child. She's like, why are you bothering me? What did I do to you? Is she meowing at you?
She did. She let out a soft little
Meow. She's like, why? I swear to God, your cat and my cat are exactly like us.
Yeah.
Yep. Hi, guys. How are we this fine evening? I'm not a cat. You can't cat toy me. Fuck off.
Just swat at it like
I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. I need to wash this. I realized that after we went to the restaurant. Can I help you? Do I look like a cat? Chat, this is what I have to put up with. All day, every day. 7 days a week. I'm gonna fucking fight you. No! Hey!
I see you grabbed Tyler like a kitty.
I'm being bullied. Someone call the internet, please. Ow. I'm being bullied. Mom! This is what the audience comes to my channel to see now. I don't do content anymore. This is that quality, top tier level shit that you guys are supposed to expect nowadays. No, I'm just kidding. I am working on a video. It's coming in a difficult... It's difficult to concentrate. As you can probably imagine, it's difficult to concentrate on scripting and editing videos when this is what my life is like. Ow. I live with a freaking child.
Yeah.
What's Weebo's catnip? What is my catnip?
Biting on the ear.
Yeah. That's my catnip. Hey, can you pick me out a button-up thingy shirt? One that matches. No. With short sleeves. We're on vacation. We're continuing the vacation motif. No. One that matches with the yellow. That's right, you're colorblind. But you can see yellow, right? What does this look like to you? Okay, that works. It's like a greenish.
That looks greenish.
This is yellow. Ow! Rude. Anyway, so the video that I'm currently working on, well, I'm working on a few of them right now. One has to do with Biden presidency promises. Can I help you? He's throwing darts at me. The other one has to do with cartoons and the death of them. Then I have the other ones that are on the backlog that I've been dragging my feet about getting out because I just can't, for the life of me, be inspired or motivated to finish them. I don't know if you guys know what burnout is, but I'm experiencing it pretty heavily after 4 years of college and exclusively putting in all of my pent-up energies into that. I think a large part of that is because I'm working full-time now, and that really inhibits my ability to do anything else in addition to the rest of my responsibilities as a fully fledged adult. And of course, this doesn't help. But yeah, the death of cartoons actually directly has to do and implicates cartoon examples like the Thundercats reboot and the Powerpuff Girls reboot and Teen Titans Go, which is a particularly egregious offense in my opinion. It also...
Oh, flashes.
I'm sorry, did I make you soft? It also touches on something that actually the inspiration for this wasn't Teen Titans. It had to do with it directly had to do with did you know that they made a Ben 10 like reboot?
Yeah.
But a really shitty one?
Yeah, like they did with Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that until
They're
I
about
saw...
to do it with Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Yeah, so even more reason for me to come out with this video of shitty reboots of my favorite cartoons from my childhood, so... Yeah, what's up with these reboots? Sir, you need to increase your eye value? What does that mean? I'm supposed to kick you in the shins.
Well, that's the only place you can reach.
Get over here. I'm gonna kick you.
Where's the gun?
No! It's not over there. It is over there. It's a different over there gun. Can you not? No, stop. So anyway, ow! 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 That hurt! Ah! Good. Now pick up all of these.
Yeah, I'll do it later. Or not later. I mean, you'll do it eventually when I don't.
Why am I always picking up after you?
Because...
That's not an answer. I hope you know that. So anyway, yeah, that's the Death of the Cartoons video. Basically, it's me touching on all of the things that I find wrong with modern day cartoon shenanigans. And that is the fact that they are unoriginal more often than not and lazy, cheap imitations of actually good content that they originally had fantastic writers, artists, directors for, but have fallen by the wayside because it's cheaper to pay subpar content creators for their shitty creations. Spin-offs, that is. Yes, Lion Patriot, this is the content you pay for.
This isn't going to go well.
Don't do what you're doing. Don't try it. This is a bad idea. Can you get me a Band-Aid? This is gonna be you.
Somehow I doubt that. There's only one bone of mine that you'd like, and this would not be the one.
I don't know. I kind of like your face too. It's gonna fall. Don't. You know, the cat toy is for the cats to play with, not for you to play with.
Shut up.
Have you seen Skeleton Key? Ow. Is that a no?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
No, he's not.
I might have, but I don't remember.
He doesn't remember. Yeah, this is bad juju. Apparently, I'm unoriginal and lazy. Yeah, so I have some video ideas. It's not a matter of a lack of ideas. It's a matter of producing them. And it's really hard to actually hunker down and produce the content that I would like to produce when I have a million other things that I need to be doing. And February was a notoriously horrible month to do anything because we had the new cat and the snowfall was atrocious and time-consuming and just awful. So I'm hoping that in March I can actually find some time to sit down and create the content that I desperately so want to produce because I'm starting to feel it. The lack of creativism just flowing from my veins is starting to pent itself up and I'm going to lose my shit. It's depressing. Why are you stroking that? Ow! This is what he was stroking, not his dick. Big bullied. I did give Polly the link, I'm pretty sure. So he'll be here soon.
To fuck with.
Until Polly is here. Should we expect Polly tonight? Yes, he will be here hopefully in the next 10 minutes or so. He's running a bit late. I actually was also running a bit late. But thanks to lovely El Boyfriendo and his street racing abilities, we got here in the nick of time, basically. There was a little bit of a competitiveness between himself and my father on the road earlier today. And that's how we got here on time, for the most part. 4 minutes late. It's fine. It's not a big deal. This is freaking me out. Me bullied still. Yes, they were street racing against each other. Who would you say won, babe?
Me.
Is that just because you
I was out
were
front. Yes.
biased, or is it because you actually genuinely think that you won?
No, I won. I was out front.
Okay.
90% of the time.
All right.
Shitty Lexus
Yes.
couldn't beat my Ram.
Oh my god. So the boys had a testosterone off, and it was quite entertaining. It was fun. It was
He even
great
tried
fun.
getting me off the line, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
I'll give you a head start. That's your mistake.
It was great fun, and I don't think I've seen either you or my dad street racing quite a bit. And to have them street race against each other was very interesting. Ow! I can't win. Cat update. Valentine has her vet appointment tomorrow, so we're going to go to the vet and see if she's actually blind in the one eye or if there's some other medical issue that is the result of or the reason for why her eye is super cloudy. So we'll find out, won't we, sweetie? Valentine! Valentine, come here! Can you, coax her out for me? Okay, yeah, sure. Use that toy, the one that you've been
Kitty.
smacking me with.
Come here. Come here.
That voice. Are they considered
Little pussy.
gearheads? Babe, would you consider yourself a gearhead?
No, I know a fair amount about cars, but nowhere near enough to be considered a gearhead.
Okay, so no, he wouldn't be considered a gearhead. I don't think my dad would be considered a gearhead, but they are racing enthusiasts, I would say. Right, babe?
Sure.
Yeah.
Come here, kitty.
Dad frequently frequents racetracks around the country, so he definitely is a big fan of the Speedy Gonzalez lifestyle. Hi, Polly.
Frequently frequents.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, Polly, thank you for being here and for saving me from getting bullied on stream.
You've been bullied.
You missed it. I was getting
Oh my
knocked in the
god.
head by a cat toy for the last 10 minutes. I was being bullied. Hi, give me my baby. Oh. Wee. Come here. Come here. She doesn't like you.
No, she does not.
He's okay. Hi, Polly. How are you?
I'm doing all right. And yourself?
Oh, I'm fantastic. You ever been to a Wahlburgers?
Wahlburgers.
Yes.
Hold on. What the hell's going on with my fucking...
Are you quite
My-
satisfied, sir?
Yes, I'll let you get back to your stream now.
Thank you, dear. I love you.
There we go.
Love you.
My headphone jack was all, jacked. So it's all right.
Well, isn't that just kind of the supposed way that's supposed to go about being a thing?
No, I mean, it's janky. I've taken the, I'm using the, standard headphone auxiliary plug.
Yeah.
And when I'm not using my headphones, I plug in the Logitech Surround 5.1 thing that I bought from somebody like 3 years ago for cheap. So I'm constantly plugging and unplugging from that headphone from that auxiliary jack. The result, I've made it janky over time. So you kind of have to twist and turn it because it'll the headphones will cut out, and so you got to give it a little bit of a twist, and then to make the contacts contact.
Yes, I understand that 100%.
There
When
you
I
go.
was in high school and I had exactly one pair of headphones that I had to make last probably an entire 2-year period between cell phone upgrades. Yep. I know the feeling.
Yeah, and that's another reason that the Poly Potato Fund is much appreciated, which Assassin of the Gray has put my link in chat, which is greatly appreciated because you know what it's funny. You're going to laugh at this. So I'm okay with you laughing at it. Just don't chortle or guffaw over it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm looking forward to the most about a computer, honestly?
The speed,
No.
graphics,
No.
the ability to use it without it crashing.
No, my laptop didn't crash. I got that going for me. That's a positive thing.
Storage.
No, the consistent headphone jack and USB 3 ports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking forward to.
I know. It's like really? Like that basic ass shit? That's what you're looking for? It's like, yeah, but I don't have that. I only got USB 2 ports on this.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, and a janky ass headphone jack. Like, so just to have those things function well. Like, I got like external hard drives, right? A 3 terabyte, a 4 terabyte, and a 6. And they're all USB 3 capable. And I've got them plugged into USB 2 drives. You know how long it takes? You double click on a movie to watch it, right? It's like 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. And then it starts to launch. You know, that kind of shit. Like that. It's because of the data transfer rate over USB 2. Right?
Yeah.
Now it just kind of. Yeah, Marson gets it. Only USB 2 ports, weirdo eyes. Yeah, exactly. It's a rough life, man. But
it's a hard knock life for us.
Not really. You do what you need to do and you get over it. It just it'll just be nice to have moved away from it. Then right after that, Weebo, you know what I'm really looking forward to, and you as an editor will understand this, I think. What?
Being able to render stuff.
Being able to render stuff quickly is going to be sweet, you know, compared to what I'm used to. But honestly, it's not that. It's like, so you got your, whether you use Vegas or Premiere, you have your preview screen up, right? To see what you're editing. You can press play. I have the quality set to draft half. So it's all just pixels. And if I've got anything more than 3 layers, it can't play it.
Ew.
So I am over and over. You guys see like edited stuff that I might do, animations that's anything like layered 3 or 4 layers with filters on it and shit like that. I have to render out sections of it to see what it looks like because I can't play it in the preview screen.
That is sickening. That is unfortunate. I would hate that. Ugh.
Do you see what I mean? Like to be able to edit and see what it looks like in real time. Oh man, this what's gonna happen. Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna be working on some shit, and you're gonna hear me go. It's gonna be like, and that's the noise of Polly just loving something really basic that everyone else has been enjoying.
You're gonna fall off my lap, princess. What is going on here? Jesus, she's like loving up a storm. Sorry, I almost lost a cat off my lap. So.
Marson asked, so the preview isn't hardware accelerated. Well, the laptop doesn't have a separate video processor, doesn't have a separate video card. It's, what do they call it, Weebo? It's integrated into the motherboard?
It's integrated, yeah.
Yeah.
Integrated GPU.
And the so I can't really hardware accelerate in that way for video processing. And the CPU is what? It's an it's an i3. I forget what its megahertz. What?
i3.
Wow.
You poor
I said no chortles.
Polly. Poor, unfortunate third world wielding Polly.
The Nigerian prince who sold it to me said it was top notch.
I bet he did. Oh, I can't wait for, okay, so once you get the computer, I can't wait for that slow, actually expedient transition to, oh, I bought a computer once. Now I know everything about them.
Who, me?
Anyone who buys a computer who's like into the specs and like.
I was about to say that ain't going to be me. I don't know who you're thinking.
No, just no. Okay, so the phenomena that I've observed in my lifetime since getting into computers and giving people advice and on what to buy for their computers. Hello, princess. You were about to fall off. Is I go, all right, do your own research, you know, like look into the stuff that you want. Here's what I would recommend, but eventually you're going to need to make your own decision based off of what you think is necessary, right? So sometimes I've done that for people where I've given them recommendations, then I go, but inevitably you have to make your own decision based off what you want. And then they do, and they buy it. And then a few weeks later, they're like, I can give you all the advice on how to buy your next computer. Because someone will ask them, because they'll have explained to people, hey, yeah, I've just bought a computer. And the other people will go, so what should I look for in a new computer? Because, well, they're more recently experienced in that area. And so theoretically, they should know what they're talking about. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, though, is the thing. So that's the kind of phenomenon that I'm looking forward to, I guess, is what I could say, is Polly becoming some know-it-all of things computery. I wonder if that's going to happen.
Not bloody likely.
Not bloody likely, he says. Oh. Fancy.
El Presidente says, computers are overrated. Smartwatches are the future. Incidentally, I just bought a new smartwatch. In a completely unrelated story, I just got one of these things. I'll tell you this: the thing that I'm trying to learn about, and is a technical thing in and of itself, is microphone, high-end microphone stuff. Well, not high-end, but like XLR mic shit, where you're not just using USB plug and play. Man, it's a complicated world out there.
Oh yeah.
Woo, baby.
Well, see, that was taken off of my plate very early on in my YouTube career. I went from using that shitty MacBook Air microphone that's built in to Magog telling me, you need to buy a Blue Yeti because we need to standardize all our microphones. He's like, I can front you the cash. It's not a big deal, but this is the microphone that you need to have. And so I've had my Blue Yeti ever since I was on SideQuest, and it serves its purposes well.
You know what? I'm never going to be that guy to hate on a Blue Yeti or a Snowball. Never. They're great bang for the buck, and I know people hate on them. I've heard people hate on them all over the place, and it's like, man, don't be like that. The quality it gives you for the price for both Snowball and Blue Yeti. I'm using a Blue Yeti right now, and yeah, I'm going to upgrade. Fuck yeah. Because these dulcet, smoky, low tones can only be captured by an XLR mic. And yeah, I want to step up, but I'm never going to be talking trash about a fucking Blue Yeti, man. They were great. I mean, I bought the whole thing used for $90, and that's the boom arm, the mic, and the filter used for $90. What a smoking fucking deal!
Oh, mine was $90, but it was probably a little bit newer than yours, but it was still used, and I just had the stand and the mic. I bought the pop filter separately. But yeah, it's good. It's a good product.
Yeah. And it's, you hear people that I've watched the videos of comparing the Snowball to the Blue Yeti, like videos specifically where they're clicking back. It's like, so I'm speaking right now and you can hear the voice differences and et cetera, right? Mm-hmm. And it comparable quality, considering what a small little unit the Snowball is. Fuck. Blue does some great shit with their with what they have.
10-4. I don't complain. Now, okay, so I will say that while the Blue Yeti has never failed me, I have failed the Blue Yeti. Sometimes I jimmy with the gains or the audio quality in the actual editing software that I use, or in OBS when I'm trying to equalize everything, so that my audience can hear both me and the guests at the same tone. I have failed, but that's not equipment error, that's user error, because like I said, I failed the Yeti.
Fair enough. Oh, somebody asked, what does XLR stand for? It's connector locking rubber boot. It refers to the plug kind, as opposed to a USB mic that's just plugs in with the USB. The XLR is the kind of plug that it has. It's a, quote, condenser mic, so it isolates very specific sounds, etc.
So someone asked me what kind of camera that I have, and I have the Logitech Brio Ultra HD webcam for video conferencing, etc., etc., etc. And I got that because I knew that I was going to do SideQuest again, so I wanted to upgrade my visual quality that I'm giving the audience. And I think I've done pretty well, especially since I was using a green screen. I needed to amplify the quality a little bit. So it works.
Oh, shit.
But it works.
Did you know that Blue has their own XLR mic? I didn't know that.
Do they really?
It's cleverly called the Ember.
Ooh. I did not know that.
Yeah. Open, detailed sound. The Blue Ember microphone makes stunning detail. Not sponsored.
El Presidente DMCS says you don't have to worry about compatible plugins when you use two cans tied together with wire. Ah, those were the days. Do ye recall your youth, Polly, when you used to do that thing? Or did you never do that?
I recall talking to Far yesterday with the Australian internet that's still that. That just drops a lot. Yeah.
Well, Australia is a third world country. Just
yeah.
Kind of. Not really. It's fine. It's not a big deal. They have a very distinct sound. Are we talking about the Australians again or the microphones?
The distinct sound comment was off of the dot matrix printer.
Okay. Yeah, see, okay, so here's the thing. I'm going off of the StreamYard's comments, not the actual YouTube comments, so it will always be a few seconds behind where the actual chat is, which is fine.
I know all about the dot matrix printers because I watch, LGR, Lazy Game Reviews, and he does a lot of old tech. He loves, here's the first Windows Palm Pilot, and it's new old stock. Meaning, new in box, but has been sitting in some warehouse for the past 20, 30 fucking years. And he loves reviewing that stuff. And it's interesting to see just how incredibly bad technology was, or better said, how rapidly technology has developed. Professional.
Sorry, my brother is texting me. How do I mute this? Okay, so I just had a phone update, and I hate everything about the way that it looks now because everything is different, and I'm not used to it.
Oh, hold on. I just had to itch my ear there, or scratch my ear. What's different? What did you change your OS or new phone? What happened?
No, so I have the same phone, but they updated the operating system for the Android device that I'm using. So everything's different, and I'm not happy about that fact. So it's an adjustment for me.
The update to Android 10 was promised for my particular LG phone first quarter last year. Where the fuck is it?
Woo! I don't know. That's a good question.
You're a year late, motherfuckers. What the fuck?
To be fair, software updates are very rarely due to the individual software. Okay, hang on. As someone who is supposed to launch a software update in the next week or so, who was supposed to have done it last Monday, what you have to understand.
See, here's the thing.
Here's the thing. The software that I was supposed to update, I had never touched or manipulated in any way prior to last Monday. So in an entire week, I managed to observe the code, get it launched onto the kiosk station that I'm supposed to be testing it on, launched the updates, tested it, built the launch, updated the code, forwarded it to the cloud, downloaded it onto the kiosk, tested it, reassessed all of the things that we were supposed to have improved and updated, relaunched everything after a few quick tweaks of the code. And then finally, it gets to the point we're supposed to deploy it on the devices that it's supposed to be on. And guess what? It's incorrectly deployed on one of the other stations that it's supposed to be on. Not mine, someone else's. So we can't actually roll it out to the individuals who needed it last Monday until this Monday. It's not my fault because I've never touch this code. I am merely being appended onto the end of this project and being handed it over entirely in this week. So this week was supposed to be the transition period for the code, but all of a sudden they just needed all these updates, and I'm like, what? So it was a stressful week at work for me.
I agree with Drezosoro. I think you're just covering for your own kind.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what the operating system for Android is. Personally, when I took operating systems, because I did take a class called operating systems in college, it was not my favorite coding class. I learned a lot, but not nearly enough to actually be able to maintain an operating system, much less update it. So I could be very, very, very off on the process behind updating an operating system, but who the fuck knows? I don't know. I don't, certainly not. But yes, the process behind updating a software is arduous, extensive, annoying, and if you've never done it before, stressful. I imagine it's also stressful if you have done it before and it's not going the way you want it to. But we'll find out as I continue on in my career as a computer scientist.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had a stressful week at work. How was your week, Polly?
Lots of ups and downs, actually.
Mm-hmm.
IRL, URL, the whole bit. Good day, bad evening, no sleep, oversleeping. It's all over the place. And I'm noticing I just kind of spotted this right now accidentally over my recommends. Fucking Sinatra streaming against us. Motherfucker that he is.
Yeah, what a dick. Guys, go tell him to shut up.
Yeah. I'm sure the 1,200 people watching him live right now are really going to fucking care. What an asshole.
Cocktail hour assault team, forward.
Drunken warriors home.
Let's go. Stumble onwards.
No, we should get absolutely self-righteously indignant about this. Be like, hey. This was our time. We picked this time.
Yeah.
Like, a long time before you were commenting on Amber Lynn Reed videos. We were here.
Yeah. How rude. Joy's a star. Technically, he started streaming first, so you know what? I'm just going to set the silence for this one. Yep. Good idea.
Yeah.
You know what? We're fucking better than you.
Yeah, you know what?
Let me just go full Anakin spirit. Where's my fake nose?
That you can then take off and pretend it was always your nose, the one that was underneath.
Well,
she got a massive nose job.
Okay, but okay. So Polly, I don't need to be that person, but I'm going to be.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Her nose job was a slight improvement. Emphasis on the slight. All right, it's still not a pretty nose.
You know what? You know my opinion on this. The MCU thing. She should have left her nose alone. She should have not blondified her hair. She needs to stop with the overly exaggerated wings off of the corner of her eyes.
Are you calling me out right now? I feel like I'm being called out.
Overly exaggerated?
No, they're not overly exaggerated, but they are.
Hers are. I mean, I know. It's like, okay, are we actually going to sit here and criticize the way the woman looks? Yes, and I'll tell you why. Anna Kasparian on with her, well, white privilege and, Black Lives Matter and blah, 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 blah. And she looks every step of the way like she is over time trying to turn herself into the stereotypical Southern Californian white girl. You've gotten a nose job. You've had your teeth straightened. You speak with this inflection where every sentence ends in an upward turn. She does. Tell me I'm wrong. And has gone
you're
for,
right. And I
has gone for
that specifically.
And has gone for the full-on blonde hair. It's like, are you trying to turn yourself into like Laguna Beach stereotypical white girl? For all of your fucking talk, you don't really seem like a based Armenian at all. Seems like you're trying to get as far away from anything Armenian in terms of physical appearance as you possibly can. I don't think her old nose was that bad. I don't see the fucking problem. Women should leave their noses alone. That's my call.
Well, my opinion on the subject is if you're going to go out of your way to get a nose job, get a decent nose job.
Well, that's a fair comment. If you're going to go under the knife, come on.
Come on. You're shilling out an arm and a leg for a new nose anyway. Why not do it right the first time? Come on. Now, me personally, the only thing that I would probably surgically modify, and this is absolutely if I needed to, if like losing weight didn't work, is I'd probably get a boob reduction. And that's not because I want to look aesthetically more pleasing, although that is a side benefit to it. Most of that is because the ladies, they be too big. They need to be shortened.
Well, you're not going to get any man on earth to agree with you. So
no, I know that. But I just want to assure everyone that it's not for aesthetic reasons. Because obviously, if it were for aesthetic reasons, I would get a boob lift, not a boob reduction.
Kiki, rate in chat. No, see, that's
No, I would just I need to get rid of the back problems. Because let's be honest. When I have children, they will grow anyway. So it's not like it's going to be forever.
No, fair enough. Yeah, Zombie Teddy's not wrong, but I get the back issues and so forth.
It's not.
I guess I'd have to carry around a massive. I don't know, like them things that they give actresses for pregnancy for movies on my chest to know what it feels like. Basically back problem. So where along your back? Fill me in. Like, is it lower back that it hurts? Upper back? What's the deal?
So it really depends on how I've been sitting. Usually I like to sit straighter up, but if I've been working for 9 hours straight, which is typically what I do, I have a tendency to slouch a little bit more too. So it circulates more to the lower back the longer I've been sitting, but normally it's upper back area. In addition to that, however, because they're so big, I can't sleep comfortably on my chest. Of course, I also can't sleep comfortably just on my back. I have to have like a pillow under my leg. My head has to be just the right height in order for me to sleep comfortably. I might even just sleep on my side, but even then I have to have at least 2 pillows. Otherwise, it's going to be uncomfortable. Oftentimes, I have to sleep turned like this.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with its own issues. So I often wake up in pain because the way that I sleep has been for so long in a position that you're not supposed to be in. So that's where most of the pain actually occurs, is with the sleeping. Because I can tolerate it if I'm standing up straight. Sitting down, if I'm trying to keep more aware of it, then yes, I can also counteract that. But mostly it's sleeping. Yeah.
Huh.
Can she add the boob reduction to her butt? No, see, that would be even worse because my butt's already big enough. Like, it makes it uncomfortable. I have good proportions in that I am very curvy, but that comes with its own problems. I thought I muted you. I guess not. It comes with its own problems because, like, so you have stuff jutting out in the front and then you have stuff jutting out in the back, and that makes for a weird S-shaped curve of your spine when you're sleeping in any way. And that's just like, you either have to sleep laying down with like your chest all the way up here, or you have to sleep on your back with like your butt up in the air like this because it's bigger than it should be. So yeah, body proportions are no joke. Ergonomics, woo. Does that even count as ergonomics?
I don't think so.
No, okay. Well,
if you had a body pillow that was shaped to support your boobs, then yes.
But anyway. Yeah, so that is the life of the big-breasted, big-butted. It's not all it's chalked up to be.
It's well, for you.
Weebo is 5'2". Thank you, El Presidente. Disrespect me by shaving off several inches of my height.
Hitomi Tanaka can take it, and it's a wonderful thing, so should you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, look up Hitomi Tanaka. Jesus Christ, that woman.
Hitomi Tanaka.
She's a Japanese porn actress. She's like 5 feet tall and has, you know, when cup sizes start becoming like, you know, double HK1F5, like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Poor woman. How does those are fake.
No, they're not fake. She's just
no, those are fake. Those have to be fake. Because no.
Look at the amazement on her face. I love it. It's just like
I'm not going to show this on air because obviously I want to keep my channel. Thanks.
Yeah.
But like, so her everything else is so tiny.
Exactly. That's the wondrousness of the situation.
That's not how that works. I'm being told that they're not fake. I disagree. Did you hear that?
I did. Was that a cat meowing?
No, that wasn't you. Was that someone else's cat? It sounds like a child, I think.
Tanaka was made from parts of lesser porn stars.
I don't know about lesser. Those be some pretty great tits. They're huge.
Yeah, it's something, all right.
How the fuck?
That's it. Okay, so here's the thing. Over on comic book curation, I mean, we sort of talk about this because I know it's an overused term, but whatever the fuck, SJWs make this big deal about unrealistic body proportions, especially on women. The common retort is, yeah, and the men too. Like, look at Captain America, look at Superman, look at Wolverine, even though he's a short guy. Like, they have these like unfucking believable V bodies and so forth. Yeah, guys, it's you're complaining about something that there's supposed to be specimens, like peak physical specimens. And like you're talking about like the X-Men, for example. Yeah, they spend all day in the danger room working out. They're all like insanely fit. Yeah, it's like as if real women have six packs. If you spent all day in the danger room dodging fucking robots and lasers and fighting other mutants, you'd be fucking pretty goddamn fit too. The truth is, a rare number of people do have one, the genetics, and two, the workout situation where they look utterly fantastic. It's not unrealistic. It's just rare. It's what don't you get about fantasy world? That I don't know. It's always bugged me. There are women and men that legitimately have comic book superhero bodies. They're not common, but isn't that the whole point of superheroes? That they're extremely uncommon people? I
don't think Hitomi has a superhero body.
Well, yeah, Hitomi Tanaka is a different thing. Like, I mean, that's I wouldn't want to get in a fist fight with her tits.
They don't stay in the bikini top very well. They just like. Do they even make bikini tops for that size? Like her poor skin is probably being suffocated against the string that is holding those ladies up. She's popping out of the bottom. Polly, this is like the prime example of, let me just come over there, pop them back in. But there's no fabric for me to pop them back into. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. Gina Carano is fit. Goddamn right. Like, look at ladies that compete in UFC and shit. Like, oh my God.
She's got a very interesting body type.
You want to see a spectacular set of specimens, like in terms of like physicality? Take a look at beach volleyball players, female beach volleyball players. Holy fuck. Like they're all like fit, toned, their cores are all tight as hell, their asses and their legs. Well, yeah, that's what they do all day. Like, you know, stuff that requires strong core, strong arms, strong legs, etc. I know. I remember this one friend of mine. She said, "We're talking about swimming. It was during the Olympics." She goes, "Male swimming? You mean softcore gay porn?" And I was like, "Whoa, what?" And she said, she goes, "Every gay guy I know loves watching male swimmers because it's a bunch of like ultra fit, super tight guys all wearing these tiny little Speedos and they're wet." And I'm like, okay, I had never stopped to consider that before. Wow.
I mean, it makes sense.
I guess it does, but it just got weird fast.
Like, they like watching swimmers for the same reason that I like watching Henry Cavill movies.
Well, talk about a fucking specimen. Cavill? Holy shit. Great actor to pick to play fucking Superman, son of a bitch that he is. Carrying on with the fucking beefcake body.
He didn't always used to be beefcake. Here, let me pull up some Henry Cavill pictures from back in ye old day. Cavill from, I know he was in the Tudors show. So back then, I mean, he wasn't not fit back then, but he wasn't like he is now. Here, I guess maybe that works. Maybe. Okay, yeah. No, this is him back when he played. I don't even know who he played in Tutors, but this is him.
Okay.
Much younger. Him. Doesn't look nearly as beefcakey as he
Oh, fuck
did.
that. Wow, much younger. Yeah, it doesn't even really look like him.
I know, right? Like, boy has grown up, gotten swole. Yep. And that's him now. Did he get more chin?
I was just about to say, he got extra jaw. I mean,
Do you think? Like, okay, I don't want to broach this subject because it might ruin it for me if the answer is yes, but do you think maybe he had, like, something injected into his face holes? Or no, is that natural? Did he just chew really well?
I don't know. Do you think because he like muscled up and lowered his overall body fat level that it just, you saw what was underneath sort of thing?
Yeah, that's probably closer to the truth. Because he does have a jaw. It's not like it wasn't there. But he lost a lot of the extra baby fat and bulked up. And so maybe he's just got a muscular jaw. I mean, either way, it looks good. I'm not going to complain about it. You know what? I'm just going to go with he bulked up. I'm not going to ruin it for myself.
Take a look at this. I mean, this is how hard it was to find. It's like unrealistic body types. Not really. This is just search up any pictures of female beach volleyball players. I mean, look, she's rippling. She's fit, like as hell. That's the way. Like rope. What's that?
That face though.
Oh yeah. She's in the middle of an effort there, but I mean, like, she's got all of the things. You know what I mean? And like that's the way Rogue is drawn, for example. And it's like it's unrealistic and it's harmful to women. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Like this person probably eats ultra balanced diet and look what they do, work out all day. I mean, fuck, you'd look like that too. Sorry, Amberlynn Reed, you're not doing what this person is doing. That's why you look the way you do.
I don't think Amberlynn really cares that much. I think she just does the whole diet thing for the views, personally. Because she found a formula that works, and it's, if I disappoint my audience, they keep coming back, and they keep watching my train wreck of a life.
Well, I was actually talking about Amberlynn Reed DeFar, and it was, how long can you take like the diet yo-yo thing? She could be the biggest thing ever on YouTube. Not that she's not already. That was bad word choice. She could be
the biggest thing ever on YouTube, Polly. You're not completely far off.
Oh fuck!
You might be closer to the truth than you think you are.
What I meant to say was she could.
Yes,
she could
what
be.
Did you meant to say?
Her channel could be even larger than it already is, like way the fuck over the top. If she actually lost the weight successfully, she would be every large girl's superhero. Those shows, The Biggest Loser and so forth, about people losing weight, the reality-based TV shows, you know what I mean? It's like they have huge viewership because people want to see someone succeed. It's like Amberlynn Reed, for Christ's sake, if you actually lost weight, and then you could be like the advisor for other people and that emotional support person for other people trying to lose weight. People be like throwing fucking money at you, and YouTube promoting the shit out of you. You'd be a YouTube Originals creator and so on. But it's like you would rather just sit there and be fat and take money for coming up with excuses.
Actually, I can sympathize with her on this train of thought. You see, Polly, while I have been on this journey, this Lent journey, I have discovered that it is entirely easy to succumb to temptation if you let yourself, if you have not a very strong will.
Is that my phone?
No, that's my phone.
Yeah, I can't tell with headphones on. Turn it. Be professional, Weebo.
I put it on Do Not Disturb, and guess what? It doesn't give a shit. It keeps reminding me. See, this is that nonsense from the update. This is I suffer because of the update. Anyway, so okay, for example, right? I can't eat leavened bread items. That includes pizza. I went to a pizza party yesterday, and it was such a tough time to resist the temptation to just open the box and take one little piece, because it was right there. It would have been so easy. I could have just gone, one piece is not going to be the end of my diet. It's not going to be the end of the world. It'll be fine. No one will know. But I held myself to account. I told myself no. And then again, this morning, when I took the pizza out to give it to El Boyfriendo, because that was what he was going to eat, that nice smell of Rosati's pizza sauce wafted in front of my face, and it made me weak.
Does that man eat pizza every day? You are constantly referencing how your boyfriend is driving you nuts with the smell of pie in the background. How much pizza does he eat? I mean, I love pizza too, but goddamn, it comes up.
No, he doesn't eat it nearly as much as he used to. I have made sure that we eat healthier in this household than he's used to. It's fine. No, but we do have some leftover pizza, and then we have some frozen pizzas in the fridge in case I don't feel like making a full meal. You know, like. Oh
yeah, I hear you.
If I feel lazy that day, you got to have that extra something for in case. But yeah, before I went on my Lent journey, we used to have pizza at least once a week, so we'd have leftovers as well.
So you got, yeah. For those of you who don't know, both Weebo and I are doing our Lenten fasts. Weebo's is much more extensive than mine, but hold on, let me just check. Where are we at right now? I haven't looked in a while. We have 34 days left. Okay, so
hang on. To be more specific, we have.
Oh God, you don't have it down to the hour and minute, do you?
1 month, 6 days, 4 hours, and 51 seconds.
Weebo.
It also just so happens that the end of Lent is my birthday, so.
The Easter Sunday or the Saturday?
That Easter Sunday.
Is it? Okay.
Because I'm going all the way up until midnight of the 3rd, or well, midnight of the 4th, I guess, technically.
Okay.
Straight
so
up.
So yeah, Weebo's diet is, like I said, she came up with a much more extensive one, and there's a adorable whiteboard with motivational statements on it and affirmations for herself. You can do it. It was great.
I can do it.
Yeah, there was all sorts of multicolored markers and dry board markers and so forth. I really want a whiteboard. I wasn't kidding when I said that. I could use one in my home. I got one in my office.
So nice.
I got one in my office and campus, and it's huge, right? And to be able to mind map stuff when you're trying to organize outlines for papers and lectures and stuff. Oh, guys, there's nothing like a giant fucking whiteboard, man.
Okay, so you can get like whiteboard paint. At least I think it's whiteboard paint. It's either that or it's black chalk paint. I think you can get both actually, but there's like whiteboard, either paint or poster board, I guess, that you could just tape to your wall and use that. It's cheaper than getting an actual whiteboard. I'd look into that.
Really?
Yes.
I did not. Okay, I actually will look into that. Because a whiteboard that can be rolled up, that's pretty sweet. Like that's you just need a look. Yeah. Okay, I will look into that. To the Lenten thing, you have eliminated. Now, explain to me again why leavened products, because like matzo crackers are unleavened, they're just flour and water crackers, or anything like that. Why the leavening? Are there not still carbs in unleavened? I don't get it.
So the idea isn't to cut out carbs, it's to cut out the carbs that I find myself most frequently defaulting to. Just because. So I eat a lot of pizza, obviously. Sandwiches for lunch, including bread, buns for burgers and stuff. Lots of baked delicious goods.
See, now I understand that when you're yesterday on Chaos Eats channel, you were like, yeah, the delicious baked goods are my weakness. And it's like that you even describe them in that way says a lot.
Yeah. So if I cut out the leavening agent, my ability to consume a leavening agent. That cuts out a lot of the things that I would otherwise be inclined to eat. Now, I don't eat nearly enough pasta for that to be like a big issue, but I still would need to eat pasta if I wanted to continue on my fitness journey as well, because I am still going to the gym and I do cardio, and you need carbs when you're doing cardio. So I can't just completely cut out carbs. That's not feasible. I will yo-yo essentially in my weight loss, and it won't be successful, and I'll get discouraged. So can't completely cut out carbs, but I can cut out the unnecessary ones. And so that's how I determined what was unnecessary. Is that the leavening agent in rising bread or rising baked delicious goods is what was the main cause of my inability to maintain. So like no cornbread. Not that
I love me some cornbread.
I know.
Jeez. It's so good. So like Weebo's gonna have like a hot dog or a corn dog ready at midnight, that kind of thing.
Dude, I will have a Chicago style. Yeah, that's another weakness is the Chicago style, which comes with a bun, obviously. Those are a big weakness. If I had everything else on the Chicago style hot dog, it wouldn't be an issue, but the bun kind of completes the look. And then I also cut out potatoes because I do find myself snacking on French fries quite frequently. And, I kind of default to mashed potatoes or whatever for like a side dish for things instead of a more healthier option. Like this week, a boyfriend and I had seared steaks with carrots and mashed potatoes. Well, he had the mashed potatoes. I had just a whole plate of carrots instead. But that was part of the side dish that was sent in the mail with the Blue Apron order that we got. So I couldn't eat those. I had to eat carrots instead, which was the healthier option, just as filling, but more healthy. So potatoes got cut out. Milk also got cut out. And so did sugary and fruity drinks. So that's juices and sodas. Because, again, I find myself using those to kind of fill my tum-tum. And then junk food. Like the stuff that I would snack on stream right here just to, again, fill my tum-tum. So I replaced that with hummus and carrots and zucchini and bell peppers.
Nothing wrong with hummus. Hummus is great.
Hummus is great. And it's just ground up chicken.
Teddy asked, and garlic, and I think that's it.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with that. Zombie Teddy asked, "What did I give up for Lent?" And it's quote obvious sugar is what I gave up for Lent. So it's sweets, desserts, candy, and so why didn't I just say desserts and candy? Because I, being honest with myself, realized that a lot of the sugar that I intake comes in the form of sugary drinks. Slurpees, sodas, energy drinks in a big fucking way. If anyone's heard me on stream a bunch of times, I love crunching ice and like the crushed ice that comes out of my fridge door, and always poured over the top of it is cranberry juice, orange juice, lemonade, all really sugary drinks. You know what I mean? And it's, that's what I've given up for Lent. So right now, what am I drinking? Black iced coffee. That's
not bad.
Yeah. So, I was actually over at my friend's house, and it's, they were serving my favorite pie, Weebo. Lemon meringue. You should have homemade. The meringue was like 2 or 3 inches tall on top of that pie, and I couldn't have any. It was and it's like, yeah, you're right. No one would know, but that's the whole point is to not do it. And then earlier, Marcin asked, it's not for religious reasons, is it? For Weebo, I don't think it is. For me, it is. So
no, it's not for religious reasons for me. It's the rest of my family does it, and I wanted to develop some good habits, and I think I have. Shut up.
Well, whoa. Damn. Don't do that with the cat.
No, I wasn't. She's still on my lap. She's still hanging out.
The cat meows a little too loud. Fucking
I would never alinity my cat across the room.
Alinity my cat.
She's such a precious child. She's just chilling here on my lap, sleeping and wagging her tail a little bit. Like it's constantly smacking my leg. It's quite enjoyable actually. It's very soothing. But no, it's to develop better habits. I'm hoping that at the end of this, I feel less dependent on junk food and potatoes and baked delicious goods and sodas and juices to fill my stomach. And I've developed some better cooking habits as well because I did invest in some Blue Apron recipe stuff. So I get 2 recipes every week, and so they're hopefully going to give me a better idea of what it is that I can make in the kitchen for meals and such.
Zombie Teddy asks, like bourbon and other whiskeys heavy with sugar. Yeah, they definitely have carbs in them, and some people would point out that.
But it's not obvious.
Yeah, that's kind of why I picked the category. I goddamn well know when it's obvious sugar, and it's. Some people have said, like, well, if you really want to do something that's really trying on the soul, why don't you give up caffeine, Polly? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Or
Hi, do you want to die?
Yeah, or nicotine or alcohol. And I'm like, okay, what is the goal? To see how fast I'll commit homicide?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess it would. It absolutely be a huge challenge. But like, come on, let's keep our heads here.
Yeah, I haven't had any other big temptations aside from that. And it wasn't even like fresh pizza when it was most tantalizing. It's been sitting on the counter since last night, fresh out of the bag from sitting on the counter all night, just wafting in front of my face. It smelled so good. And it'd been sitting there collecting bacteria for the better part of the evening, which is actually the way that El Boyfriendo prefers it after it's been freshly baked.
That it's been sat around for a while.
Yeah, like he doesn't like cold pizza and he doesn't like reheated pizza. He likes room temperature pizza.
I've never heard that before. That's odd. I like cold pizza. Cold pizza the next day out of the fridge is fucking epic. So good.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that I committed to was half a gallon of water every day. And let me tell you, it started off as a struggle because it made me nauseous, actually, to drink half a gallon in a day. That has gone away after about 3 days. Now I feel better about doing it, that I've adjusted to it. But what I will tell you is I'm still getting used to is the frequency of having to vacate the water from everything. It's a lot more frequent than I'm used to. So,
do you feel at all, I don't know, cleansed? Not taking in all of the carbs and taking in all of the water?
I don't know if cleansed is the right word. I don't feel a whole lot different yet. I do feel more frequently. So I feel less hungry and I feel less cravings, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
But I don't know if cleansed is a word that I would use at this juncture. But I've only been doing it for like a week and a half? Yeah, it's been a week and a half.
I'll tell you something. You become quite the connoisseur of what diet sodas are good when you're doing what I'm doing. I can tell you this. If you're into ginger ale at all, diet ginger ale is fucking awesome. Because I was looking at the sugar content on ginger ale. It has less sugar than Coke or Pepsi or cream soda or whatever to begin with. Less grams of sugar when you look at the side of the bottle or can. And obviously diet ginger ale has none. But because regular ginger ale isn't very sugary to begin with, there isn't that much of a difference. It's like, oh yeah, I'm in. Diet ginger ale rocks. It's pretty good.
Apparently diet sodas are horrid for you, says Appleholic 1.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard. I don't know.
I think that's Appleholic.
Appleholic? Okay.
Can somebody
But
be
yeah.
an Appleholic?
I guess. But yeah, I heard, I know that diet sodas, specifically Diet Coke, is really bad for you.
Was it supposed to be the aspartame or whatever artificial sweetener?
Yes. I think.
Yeah, I mean, all soda's bad for you, right? It's just
Honestly, yeah.
yeah, just water, I guess, is. People can talk about the antioxidants in coffee and tea. I have no idea. Coffee's really hard on some people's stomach. Yeah, not mine. I know some people it just wrecks them, but yeah.
Okay, so personally, I'm of the opinion that if you're going to invest in soda, if you're gonna buy soda, buy this shit without the corn syrup in it. Get the actual cane sugar shit.
Yeah, that's what somebody just said in chat. Buy kosher Coke or Mexican Coke or whatever. Yeah, buy cane sugar sodas. Yeah, you're winning that way. And they legitimately do outright taste better.
They do.
I remember in my area when they were selling Pepsi Throwback, like it had like the old school 70s label on it and it was made with cane sugar. Oh man, I had never drank so much Pepsi in my life.
Now what I need to do is I need to find like cane sugar Barks root beer and compare that to like regular old fashioned Barks root beer, because Barks root beer is by far the best root beer on the market. And if I can find that without the corn syrup, I'm gonna buy all of it. Like all of it. That is the fancy soda. That is the soda that I will save for the birth of my first child, that I will save for the day I get engaged, that I will save for when my first children get married. Like it's specifically like if it were to exist, not that it does, but if it does, that is the top shelf root beer. That's like, is there a version of Maker's Mark that is more expensive than the generic Maker's Mark? Or not generic, but like the normal Maker's Mark?
You mean like from the company?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Maker's Mark cast strength 40. There's Maker's 46.
Like the toppest shelf Maker's Mark.
Yeah, that would be the cast strength. Yeah.
Yeah. Cane sugar Barks root beer would be that for me. If I can find that, I would put it on a high shelf and never touch it, and only bring it out very sparingly. But right now, I think the most expensive alcohol that I own is, oh gosh, it's like, I think Canadian Club from 8 years ago. And that was a gift from my dad.
What's the recipe for the dreamsicle again? I forget.
Orange dreamsicle. Oh, it's Malibu rum, orange juice, and ice.
Cool. Still have yet to make one.
Should definitely try it, even though it's obvious sugar.
Well, yeah, I'll try it later. But I've heard you extol it many a time.
It's one of my better creations. Although I did create, I don't have my laptop in here, but I did create a shot while I was bartending last year. Called, well, if I told you what the actual name of it was, I'd be doxing myself. But essentially, it's Weebo's Kiss. And that's because I created it, and it's made with love. Essentially, it's butterscotch vodka. Oh gosh, I can't even remember it off the top of my head, but I have it written down, so that's good. But it's like butterscotch vodka, vanilla, cinnamon. Oh, now I can't remember it. Fuck. Where did I put that journal? Hang on. Oh, my phone's across the room. Hang on.
Well, yeah, and whose fault is that?
Let me yell for El Boyfriend.
You had me a butterscotch. Yeah, I know some people who love it. Is she not getting up just because the cat's in her lap? All right. I'm like, why didn't you just go get the phone? Oh. Fuck, I want a phone that can take the fucking beatings of being thrown like that. God damn. Trying to read lips. Now she's explaining her anger fit. Now she's feeling bad that she was being judged for her anger fit. Now she's saying, see, I'm not that bad of a person. Bad lip readings on cocktail hour. No, you can forgive me. I know you bought me the phone. I know it was expensive, but I was angry. I
can't repeat what was just said.
That's okay. I was making up my own
back though.
There you go.
He'll be back. Thank you, dear. Ow. Ow.
Do it.
She's clawing at my leg.
Good.
I love you.
Uh-huh.
You're the light of my life.
Don't you lie to me.
I adore you. I want to have your
Don't
kids.
you lie to me.
It makes it worse when you lie.
I have one last request.
Of fucking course you do.
Can you get me my charger? It's in the backpack. Right there. I have a cat on my lap. She loves you. I'm in trouble. He's not happy.
Was that phone a gift? Did you throw a gift phone?
No, he's mad at me because I had to ask him to hand me things from across the room. Were you
Because
asleep?
I was almost.
Sorry.
Wow.
Okay, I love you.
I'm just waiting for you to. Oh, there it is.
Thank you. Ow! I love you.
Uh-huh. I love you too.
He doesn't.
That sounded sincere.
sing. And that is my life. I'm trying to do the thing. Okay, plug it in. So now I can actually look up the thing that I have written down. I hope it's on this thing. Otherwise, I just wasted El Boyfriendo's time. Please. The way he closed that cupboard was in total anger. Yeah. He's not a happy camper right now, Paul. I think I'm in the doghouse. Hello, princess. Can I get you to adjust a little bit? Thank you. I love you too. Yes. Okay. So it's turning on now. I'm hoping that it's in here. If it's not, then I will find that recipe and I will share it with you on a later date. But it is a really, really delicious shot recipe. Wait, was there Kahlua? No, it was rum chata. There was rum chata in the shot. Rum chata.
Are you doing Cyberpunk 2077? Did you buy it?
I have it, yeah.
Yeah? Are you
Yes.
still playing it? How's it going?
I have... Oh, wow. Sorry, I thank you, Lion Patriot, for Sea of Thieves. He just gifted me Sea of Thieves, actually. I just opened it up. It's... Okay, so let me see how far I am. I'm only a few hours in. I think I'm like 2 hours in to Cyberpunk 2077. Not a super lot, to be honest. My progress has not been impressive. Mostly I've been focusing on building my base in Conan Exiles. And that's taken up a lot of my time. Why do you ask?
Just curious because I mean, I watch a lot of gaming channels. Not a gamer myself, but the commentary and seeing what different games are and all that shit. That's cool. That's interesting. And everyone was talking about it for, that was just the subject of conversation online for like a fucking week and a half. And then it kind of fell off. So I'm wondering who is still playing it, what their more seasoned considered opinion is after playing it for like a month,
Oh yeah, no, I haven't played nearly enough to actually develop an opinion about it. Aside from, yes, the dick sizes are too small.
Ah.
But don't you worry. They're working on some mods for that specific issue.
You need bigger bulges, is that what you're saying?
No, absolutely. I need
okay.
a schlong to measure that capacity of my own.
Fair enough.
No. Okay. Let me log in to my computer. Oh, hello, princess. Oh, come here. Oh, my sweet baby girl. You want to say hi to everybody?
Kitty stream.
Hi. Let me just... Oh, she doesn't like being held. She likes to be given attention, but she doesn't like to actually be held in someone's arms.
So she's a lap cat. Just don't try and hold me, but I'm going to sit on your lap for hours at a time.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's very interesting. Okay, so let me open up the project, recent projects. I actually have a book that I'm working on called Cocktail Hour. I think I told you about this, Polly, didn't I?
Yeah, Cocktail Hour, your stories from your bartending times?
No, not so much stories, but like it's like a cocktail book of cocktails that we've come up with for the show specifically.
Wow.
With maybe some
a literal cocktail book. Okay.
Yeah, literally for Cocktail Hour. Okay, let me see.
Well, if you wanted to sell, you should throw in some amusing anecdotes of drunken tomfoolery and so forth from your bartending times and your dorm times. God knows I've got enough drunken hijink stories.
Where did I put all of these? Okay, apparently it's not in the book. Maybe I left it in not the book. Where did I put it? Weebo, you dum dum. Is it in here? There is a specific notebook that I had all of these in, but I can't find it, it seems. Ha! Brilliant. I'm great. Fantastic. Where did it go? That's a good question. Oh, I'm super salty about this one. Nope, not in there. Is it down here? Oh, I'm sorry, princess, for disturbing your slumber. Where did it go? Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to find it. Oh, I'm finally free. Ah, this is such a professional stream, can't you tell?
Mm-hmm. I'm just sitting here wanting to see how long this goes on for.
Damn it, I will find the thing. Where did I put it? Shish. Ooh, that was aggressive. Windows has an update. Yes, it did. Okay, I'll find it. I'll find it later.
I've been avoiding a Firefox update for like 2 weeks now because the last time I updated Firefox, I mean, it's kind of dumb not to update your browser. I get that, security patches, etc. But goddamn, every time I update it, something goes wrong. I lose an add-on or an extension that I really like, or just something goes fucking bad.
Oh, she's chewing now. I just updated Google Chrome, and they push out updates all the time, and I don't ever know what's different.
Okay, why Chrome?
Because I have all of my everything saved on there, like bookmarks, passwords, usernames, and when I say bookmarks, I mean like all of the relevant bookmarks. My calendar stuff is saved there. It would just be a massive inconvenience to find something equivalent and then move everything over to that. And I just don't have the time. Like, eventually, maybe, yeah, sure, I'll find a better way to maintain everything. But right now, this works, and I'm not going to switch it.
Yeah, I also use Firefox thing, uBlock Origin and AdBlock Plus and no script. I was using WaterFox for a good while, and I really dug it. It was a fork off of Firefox, but then Mozilla canned the ability of Firefox forks to be using Mozilla add-ons and extensions. So no more no script, no more uBlock Origin. I was like, fuck. Well, so much for that browser. Now I have to go to slow loading and heavy on system resources Firefox again. And shitty grin, I use Brave. See? There you go. You like Chromium? Weebo? Go with Brave.
Really?
Yeah, Brave's a great browser.
I'll think about it. But
And Mozilla wants to go full. We need to be proactive in seeking out hate and all that crap. Oh, Jesus. Really? You guys? Fuck.
did I miss a super chat? I just realized that I missed a super chat. Fuck, where did the super chat go? Ha! Did I forget to read it? I feel like I forgot to read it. Polly, did I forget to read a super chat?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Weebo, you should come on the AAA stream.
Why is that what reminded you of that?
Somebody in chat reminded me. So they asked in the comment section, Polly, you should ask Weebo to come on AAA. And I'm like, that's a good idea. I totally should. And then forgot about it until I was reminded. So I was like, hey.
Okay. It was from Bill Stevens. Thank you, Bill Stevens, for the donation. Weebo is so short. Wait, this isn't Roast Weebo Hour. I think that was the super chat because it's the most recent one, aside from one from Okie Native. But yeah, I think that was the most recent one. Okay. I think we're caught up. I'm hopeful that we're caught up. If there was another super chat, let me know, and I will look for it in the depths of the YouTube sphere. But yes, I would love to be on the AAA stream.
Marson said, AAA stream? You mean the... Yeah, wow. No, not that AAA. Alcohol and ammo.
Get it? AAA, alcohol, A, ammo, A, and A. Ha! Speaking of getting your card towed, I got a ticket.
For what?
A parking ticket.
Okay.
Actually.
I thought it was going to be like speeding or
No, I came home
illegal
yesterday
turn or
from
what have you.
the pizza party, and I happened to see the other car parked on the street, and there was a little piece of paper hanging in the on the window shield. And
you were parked what, for too long, or you weren't supposed to park there at all?
No, we have a parking sticker and everything. We got cited for not having a front license plate because the state of Illinois is mandatory that you have two license plates, one on the back, one on the front.
Really?
Yeah. You know how often I hear about people getting cited for not having a front license plate?
No.
Never.
A lot?
Ever. It's never happened. I've never heard of this happening.
I thought you were going to say all the time.
To the point where I went to get my driver's license and we did not have a front license plate attached to the Chevy for that. It is bullshit, Lion. You're right. It is absolutely bullshit. Am I salty about it? Absolutely. Was it necessary? Absolutely fucking not. Because, like, it's on the street. Yes, I get it. But it's not driving. So how can you cite someone for not having a parking ticket or for not having a license plate when it's not even in motion? So why does it matter at that point? I just
Parking's at a premium, Weebo.
It's not moving.
You can't just willy-nilly put your car wherever you want.
Well, that wasn't the issue. It wasn't that the car was where it was. It was that it was where it was without a front license plate. Like, okay, so here's the thing, right? If the car didn't have a back license plate nor a front license plate, how would you cite the vehicle?
Okay.
Because you would use the license plate number to cite the vehicle, right? So if you don't
Right.
have any license plates, how would you cite the vehicle?
So what are you suggesting? Remove the license plates from your car when you walk away?
Yeah, and then they can suck my dick.
Oh,
No, that's probably not the smartest idea. They probably end up towing it because definitely then it's not street legal. But
yeah, I agree. The vehicle identification number is what they would cite it by, the VIN.
yeah, probably.
And the next time you tried,
wasn't moving. I can't get over that, Polly. It was just sitting there, minding its own business, and some asshole comes around and goes, "This is missing something."
There's
bitches.
places you can get a drinking and driving ticket for being passed out behind the wheel in a parked car. Now, I'm not talking a car that's been smashed into a telephone pole. I'm talking a car that's in a parking space that you're passed out behind and with like a cold engine, and you can still get a ticket for driving under the influence. So
if you're in the driver's seat, if you're in the passenger seat, though, is that the same thing?
Probably not, would be my guess.
So then sleep and pass out in the passenger seat.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet the people that pass out in the driver's seat didn't, they weren't really there making strong decisions. They passed out because that's where they were at the time.
Yeah, but they're not driving at that point. See, okay, so I can understand the idea of citing someone for being passed out in the driver's seat if their keys are on them or if they're like in the ignition or whatever, because it looks like, yes, you can make a pretty solid case for they were about to do the thing that is very illegal, drinking and driving. But the car wasn't moving and the plate wasn't on the thing. So I'm just super salty.
God, how expensive was this ticket to you? This been out of shape, or is it on the principal alone?
No, it's on the principal alone. Like $60 is but it's just, it wasn't doing anything to anyone. It wasn't moving. If it was moving, it would be a different story, I guess. Maybe. I could see that. But that coupled with the fact that for years I drove without a front license plate in the state of Illinois, and it wasn't an issue. Never got cited for it. I leave my car parked in the city of Chicago on the street in the middle of the worst snowstorm we've seen in 10 years.
Mm.
And at the end of that, the very pinnacle, cherry on top of all of that bad weather is some asshole comes around and they go, "No front license plate. $60, bitch." Thank you, Bill Stevens, for the donation. It's all right, you missed my super chat. I'm just glad to keep you out of the bars. Wait, are you legal? I mean, yes, you're legal. Of course I'm legal. I've been legal for the last 2 years. Almost 3 years, actually. 3 years and 1 month, 6 days, and hang on. 1 month, 6 days, 3 hours, and 1,496 seconds. Thank you in the next 6 minutes for the donation. Some help with recent drama there, Waves. It's okay, so it's not a big deal. $60 isn't going to break the bank. But the principle of the thing. Polly, help me understand why I needed to get a citation for not having a front license plate.
Well, you see what happened was the Chicago City Council, or whatever the hell they call themselves, got together and said, "God damn it, our police are having a difficult time citing people with only single license plates, and we need more money coming in because we've got expensive programs that we need to run so we can give money away so people will vote us back into office so we can continue to have our expense accounts and et cetera."
You're right, Polly. You're right. The city of Chicago is desperate for money. But you know what would help with that? Not spending $800,000 a year annually printing 2 license plates for everybody. Because that's how much that costs.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, somebody probably called them racist for not having 2 license plates, and they were like, okay, shit, we'll do it.
I'm so salty about this. Okay, if it were my car and it were my decision, because it's not my car, I'll help pay the ticket, but it's not my car. It's our boyfriend's car, so it's his decision. But if it were me, I'd be the pettiest motherfucker about this.
You?
Yeah. I go to a lawyer. I'd be like, I don't care what you have to do or how you have to do it, but I don't want to pay the $60.
Broken knees, payoffs, mobsters. I don't give a damn. Just no.
I don't want to do this. If you can get it to the point where I don't have to pay this ticket, do it. Weebo would go, Karen? No. Polly, what's a famous female mobster character from The Godfather that's not named Karen?
A female mobster character from The Godfather that's not named Karen.
Yes. Is there one?
I'm trying to think of anyone. I mean, there's ultimately Michael and Sonny Corleone's sister, Connie Corleone, ends up ordering some pretty vicious shit. So, Connie Corleone.
All right, I'm gonna go full Connie Corleone. That's where this end is gonna find us. It's how it's gonna be. I will be obstinate about it. Like, in the event that I do get a parking ticket from the city of Chicago for something frivolous and stupid, I will fight it tooth and nail just because I'm that petty.
Bill Stevens says, "Oh my God, the bad actress." That's
I wouldn't know.
Talia Shire is Francis Ford Coppola's sister. It's
I will see them before Christmas. I'll go full Sicilian on them. My father, he was part of the mob, you see, and he's got some connections with the different unions and locals. And fuck, I can't do that with a straight face, Polly.
No.
But yeah, I need to find a good lawyer for specifically that purpose. Put him on retainer. I've been talking about this for a while now, but now I'm serious. Now I know. I've been burned. I've been burned by the city one too many times. I'm gonna over dramatize this to the max. Good times. So, Polly, have you ever gotten a frivolous ticket from the Popo for something that you thought was unfair and principally you were against?
I got a ticket for rushing a yellow light. Running a yellow light. I forget what the particular terminology of the ticket was, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's illegal. So no, the light was not red, but you should have.
You got a ticket for what? Not stopping at a yellow light? That's not within the bounds of the law. That's not a thing.
It is, apparently. It was out of state, but...
Did you fight it?
No, I didn't fight it. It was like, I think it was like $40, $45, something like that.
That's bullshit.
I guess
they ticketed you for that?
Yeah, I guess the idea being is that the yellow light, you're supposed to do a fucking brake stand as soon as the yellow appears. Like, oh my God, I gotta stop. And I'm like,
okay, but sometimes that's not feasible. Wait, so did you accelerate through the yellow light or did you just not slow down?
I did not slow down.
Okay, that's even worse. Because I can kind of see the sense in if you just sped up to get through the yellow light, but if you just weren't slowing down, that's bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know. I get the feeling that it was at the bottom of a hill, but it wasn't speeding up or anything. I was just coasting along. I was driving a standard at the time, and the thing wasn't even in gear, actually.
Yeah, yellow lights are a judgment call. They're not hard line you have to stop. They are more of guidelines.
It's a legal suggestion that you slow down and think about getting ready to stop. But yeah,
you
apparently
it's
within the officer's ability to hand out a ticket in that particular state for fuck you. I haven't given out enough tickets this month, or whatever the fuck the justification or reasoning was. I do remember saying, what? He says, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" And I said, "No, I don't." He says, "You have your license, registration, insurance, blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Can I see that?" And like when he's looking at my license, he goes, "So you didn't slow down for that yellow light?" And I said, "It was red before I made it through the intersection." He goes, "No, you made it through before it turned red, but it's still illegal to not slow down for a yellow." And I was, and then I said, "What? Like, I don't understand.
Is it illegal to go through a yellow light?
Like the yellow is the intermediate, obviously, between the green and the red. Like, isn't that the idea? You should be slowing down. If you can't make it up to the intersection before this motherfucker turns red, you need to slow down." I was, like I said, I even said to him, I would have had to have stopped really abruptly to have not gotten through. And he said, "Yeah, well, you didn't even try." Or words to that effect. He said, "You didn't make the effort," or something like that.
Red, stop. Green, go. Yellow, go faster. I mean, isn't that exactly how that's supposed to be the case? Oh, but that would piss me off. Yeah. Ask a trooper, what does a yellow light really mean? Let's find out. Polly, shall we? In the last 15 minutes of this, because now I have a vendetta. Now I'm pissed off. State police answers motorist questions and ask a trooper. This week's subject, yellow lights. And what are you supposed to do? One common question complaint we receive concerns citations for running yellow lights. There is a common misconception that if you can make it through while it's still yellow, then it's okay. That's not the case, although I think more warnings are given than citations. I have asked Trooper Aaron McCormick of the Lakeview Post to address this issue. He's going to start by providing the section of the law that pertains to this. Oh boy, we don't care. Vehicular traffic facing the signal shall stop before entering the nearest crosswalk at the intersection or at a limit line when marked. But if the stop cannot be made in safety, a vehicle may be driven cautiously through the intersection. While in most instances, we, law enforcement, are likely only to write the most egregious violators of this law, those that charge the yellow, I would
charge the yellow.
Charge the yellow. I would still like to stress the importance of coming to a complete stop at a yellow light. As drivers, we know that a yellow light signifies that the light is going to change red. With that being said, depending on the traffic light, the cross station may be delayed or their signal may instantly turn to green. Although drivers should always check that the intersection is clear before proceeding, it is hard to judge what the other drivers are going to do when their light turns green. Well, presumably, go. The bottom line is that with this law is that usually you cannot safely come to a complete stop at a traffic light that has turned yellow. You must stop and not proceed through that light. Or to put it another way, if you can stop, you're required to stop. Now, Polly, could you stop?
Could I have stopped? I would have had to have done a goddamn brake stand to have stopped. Yeah, it tires would have screeched. It would have been abrupt. The car might have actually, because a front-wheel drive would have turned sideways if I had tried it.
Okay, so then by the letter of the law, technically you could have stopped. Now, would it have been good for your car if you had stopped as abruptly as you needed to in order to make that? Probably not.
Well, here's the other thing. I mean, God help the person behind you if you try and pull some shit like that at a intersection.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I need to stop now. I mean, that's a fuck. And yeah, I guess you could make the argument then the person was following too close and say,
then they rear-ended you. But you want to avoid that circumstance as frequently as possible. Now, okay, personally, I am of the camp of individuals that gets a little bit scared of the yellow light, and so I do have a tendency to heavy brake when I see a yellow. Even if I think I could make it, I don't gun it. I don't charge the yellow, and that's because I am not as comfortable doing that. But every once in a while, I get that spurt of, yes, I can do this thing, and I go for it. But, I could think of several scenarios where it would have been better for me to charge the yellow than not, because of the person that was following me. Ugh, just that pisses me off. On your behalf, I am pissed off.
Proxy pissed.
Yeah. Charge.
Thank you. Next 6 minutes for the donation. I've been up since 3 a.m. Had to report for a mandatory 8 a.m. team meeting. I have nothing clever to say. So,
Ew.
up to Polly. You don't need to say clever things. 6. It's always just fun when you do. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and people do tend to tailgate quite frequently, especially when you're on just a normal road. Just like a 2-lane, they tailgate, and it's a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I try not to drive as often as I can. I prefer to let other people do the driving for me because I don't want to be responsible for nonsense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I remember, do you want to drive? I'd say,
Nope.
So I said to my ex-girlfriend, she's like, that's weird. Most guys, they want to drive. They don't feel in control when they're not driving. I was like, yeah, I don't get that. I'm more in control because like I can be on my phone. I can be doing other things. Aren't you more in control when you're letting someone else do the driving? It's like, yeah, drive me around. You know?
I would prefer to be chauffeured around, honestly. I like that better. And that is because then I can do literally anything else while the other.
I mean, if she was a crazy driver or something, like I'd seen her pulling some dumb shit, or she was one of those overly cautious drivers, because those people are fucking scary. That they, everything is abrupt. They have very little awareness of the cars on the road around them. So they will, go to changed lanes, and only once they've begun to turn the wheel do they look to the left and realize they're about to fucking sideswipe someone. Like if I had seen that shit, no, I wouldn't want that person to drive. But she didn't drive like that. So I'm like, no, fuck, go ahead. And then you avoid the frustration of the road. I mean, that's what I'm doing it for. Stress relief. Yeah, sure. You want to drive, honey? Go ahead.
You go right ahead.
Yeah, you deal with the shortened lifespan from the fucking. You should hear Platty. Nice little Platty. You should hear her when she's on voice chat on her mobile. You motherfucking fuck. She turns from this happy-go-lucky person to fuck you.
Oh, that sounds hilarious.
Yeah, it can be.
Thank you, Bill Stevens, for the donation. This question is for Polly. Polly, how's that harem going? We know you have one. Don't deny it. Love you both and stay cool, but answer the question, Polly.
The problem isn't so much with me with the harem. It's that the harem, they don't get along with each other. See, women are jealous.
Yes.
And yeah.
Women hate other women.
It's true.
Women suck. I hate them.
So, the problem, I don't have a problem with the harem, but they got a problem with each other. So
women are the worst. Like, if you have the opportunity to get as far away from all women as possible.
I don't know. People have this nature-nurture conversation all the fucking time, etc.
Oh, it's a combination. We all know that.
Well, and then it comes to the combination thing. What part of it is women's, because there's competitiveness between women is part of patriarchy. I've heard that argument so many times, like on campus from professors and stuff, and then women should support each other because the men do this divide and conquer thing between women, making us compete with each other for their acceptance. And it's like, come on, no. You gotta. No.
I can explain.
Have you ever seen? You went to University, Weebo. Have you ever seen what it's like to work in a group of girls? Like to observe a group of entirely girls, or be like, well, I guess you wouldn't know what it's like to be the one guy in a group of girls, but being the one guy in a group of girls is like, it is intense to watch how often the conversation strays off the subject at hand into petty. Well, why did you say that? Like people are catching feelings all over the fucking place and just, yeah.
I distinctively remember a few instances of cattiness in my a cappella group meets when we would meet for rehearsal, and we'd be rehearsing, and then we'd take a break between songs, and there would be an entire conversation, and there would be some slight cattiness going on because some of the members wouldn't show up, or certain members would never show up, or just general gossip around campus was being discussed. I remember vividly. I didn't tend to participate in those discussions because I didn't find them to be particularly helpful, useful.
I guess
I didn't know a lot of the people that they were talking about, to be fair, so I wasn't really invested in the conversation. I guess you have to know the people that you're being catty about to be catty about them.
I don't have enough information to be a catty bitch.
Exactly. I need more information. A picture with a face so that I can put a face to the name, something to like allow me to be a bitch to the fullest capacity. No, but okay, straight up.
Go on.
I can explain why it is that women hate other women very simply, and it has to do with the fact that we want. Okay, so it does have a lot to do with the male counterpart in selective breeding, right? So women want the best mate possible to produce the best offspring. And with that mate, they want for that mate to be involved in the child's life. Because as we all know, father participation in the upbringing of a child helps with certain aspects in the development of that child's social development, in their just all around. Generally speaking, it's better to have a father figure involved in the child's upbringing than not to. And of course, women can only produce one child at a time. So they're selective about their mates.
But that's not true.
Typically, okay.
I'm being that guy. It's fine. I get it. I know what you mean.
Typically,
they're not constantly
selective.
producing litters. I get you. Go on.
Exactly. It's not like they're having 6 different kids at the same time, unless they're like the Octomom. But they're selective in who it is that they choose to mate with. Of course, the selection process is different per every woman, and I'm not going to say that every woman gets it right, but they're selective about who they mate with. For whatever reason, they want to mate with that person, but they also want that person to be invested in their little pod of family members, which means that dad can't just go off and dick around with his other family at the same time as he's raising his kids with the woman. So women are going to alienate other women in the hopes that there's not going to be any crossover, I guess you could say, with their man. We bitches.
Full Darwinian, huh?
Yeah, straight up. Did I take over this stream as Bill Stevens? I suppose you did. Now, of course, that doesn't take into account different cultural aspects. Obviously, those cultures that there exist harems have a different method of raising children than our Neanderthal ancestors did, or caveman ancestors did. But pretty typically, the emotional reaction that a woman gets to having her home life space encroached upon by another woman is going to be not pretty. Like, I mean, okay, so for instance, guy marries woman, they have a family. Guy's mother-in-law is still kind of invested in guy's life and wants to kind of take him away from the family a little bit more often than not. There's going to be some clashing between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. That's just the way that is, because mother-in-law has a problem letting go of baby boy, and daughter-in-law needs baby boy to raise their own family together. So people who haven't reasonably separated from their original family life to create their own family unit, like, there's going to be some discourse there, a significant amount of discourse there. Boundaries are important, kids. Did that make sense, Polly?
It did.
Okay. Just checking.
One of my ex-girlfriends, it wasn't her mom, it was her sisters, her older sisters. She was the baby sister.
Mm-hmm.
3 older sisters. Oh my God. Like it was there was one point where they had been building up for several months, like, you know, different comments, different things, and eventually I said, can I ask you a question? Like you told me like your oldest sister, she's divorced, right? And it's like, yeah. And it's like, and she talks some trash about her ex-husband. She said, yeah, and she goes, yeah, you noticed, right? I said, yeah, it's like it was that deadbeat motherfucker and all this other shit. I said, what about the middle two? Like, are they married? And he's like, no, none of them are married. So 2 of them are divorced, and one of them, he left her and blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what I see? Because I was in a moment of fuck this, I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit. I said, I see, because they're not just a little bit older than you, like the closest one to you, because you don't have the same father as them. You know what I mean? I see 3 bitter, spinster, angry bitches that are trying to live out a better life through their baby sister.
Oh boy.
And she went, yeah. You know that meme of the stick figure going with the finger pointing and then stopping and thinking? Yeah. That's what happened. It's just well, I don't know if it's that bad. And I was like, okay, so you
Are you sure?
I loved her reaction so much. I don't know if it's all like that. It was that I said bitter bitches, and like, you know, I could have picked a nicer way of putting it, but the fundamental fact that I was getting across, yeah, she didn't disagree. It's like, don't you notice that they're a little bit involved in your life, your choices, and what you're doing, what you're wearing, who your man is, etc. Like that's living by proxy, man.
Attempting to live vicariously a second existence through younger generations. Yeah, that happens quite frequently.
Well, when you're having, and you get to hear it, right? Because I'm the guy. So it's everything that these men did to them from their perspective. You know what I mean? If they can take it out on me. Because she liked being over there where, oh God, they all lived together as old women. It was weird. It's like, shit, why are you 3 still living here? It's like, well, you know, I just moved here and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I can only take other women in small doses. Like, there can only be one queen of the castle at one time. That's another thing, too.
I remember the oldest one, when she looked at me for the first time, it's like, and this is, she was, oh, I've mentioned the guy that I'm seeing. This is him. This is Rudiger, you know. Mm-hmm. And her look, I mean, she looked me up and down and damn near raked the clothes right off my back. Like she just like had never met me before, didn't know anything about me, and just like, whew.
Like fresh meat.
Have you ever felt a stare? It's like a physical force from a stare. Holy shit. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, women are bitches.
And I mean, you got a situation like that, right? Imagine life with someone like that who has, because you can't really say, you know, you should probably fuck off and get your sisters out of your life. You can't really say that to someone. And no. with that said, it's not like they're going to change. So you're basically resigning yourself to this. Oh my God.
You can put distance between you and individuals in your life. Like, personally, I don't spend a great deal of time with my mother, and she is that person in my life that I would prefer not to spend time with. But you set aside a certain amount of patience every 6 months that you can allocate to that individual in your life that tries it. Your patience, that is. I mean, you can manage the people in your life that are toxic, that won't change, that you can't absolutely just get rid of.
Yeah, especially if you hey Scribe, what's up? How you guys doing? When you start developing strong reasons to want to move out of town, you know what I mean? A lot easier to manage. angry sisters-in-laws or mothers-in-laws when they don't live anywhere near you. That's
Yep.
my
Oh, I'm sorry.
call.
I can't make it to Christmas this year. We live 2 hours away. The roads are closed. We only have 2-wheel drive. Sorry. Whoopsies. Didn't plan ahead. Rough. I think you planned to move away. I did no such thing. There's a job opportunity out here, and I had to go where the money was, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's life.
I got to say, I've been fairly lucky. The whole thing about a girl's father, and father's going to be very protective of her daughter, blah, blah, blah. I've never dealt with the harsh shit from a father before.
Yeah.
It just didn't come up for me. Lucky.
It'll happen sometime.
Bitchy mothers? Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Luckily, I have a future mother-in-law that is Gucci gang.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. She loves me.
So we're running up on the last few minutes here. Want to open it up to any particular questions and move on to a much less depressing subject matter than potential in-laws ruining your life?
Yeah, sure. All right,
Cool.
So chat, we're opening it up to you for the last couple of minutes here before we close out the stream entirely. So whatever you got, question-wise, hit me up, hit Polly up. Remember, guys, Polly's links are in the description, so if you want to donate to him, feel free to.
Woohoo!
Directly to him, that is. But yeah, the dynamic of...
I love how Brie Larson is. I haven't thought about her in a while. I mean, they're starting filming for Captain Marvel 2.
Oh,
why?
Still a person? Oh, speaking of comic book movies, did you hear about Amber Heard? Rumor has it that she's getting replaced for Aquaman 2.
Yeah, absolutely. I did. Replaced by...
I think she might be
the
replaced by
hottie from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Emilia Clarke.
Emilia Clarke, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was absolutely the best part of Terminator Genesis. The plot of that movie was so twisted, but I was just there to see her playing Sarah Connor in the black leather jacket, running around with shotguns and shit. That was great.
It works. I have a question from Upside Down Harlot Far. Explain tiny moon theory.
Well, you see, there's a tiny moon, exactly the same size, but exactly the same proportions, but proportionally smaller than our moon that is behind it. That's why we can never see it, because it orbits at the same rate as our moon. And it is exactly the right angle and size proportionally such that our moon blocks it. Tiny moon theory is that there's a second tiny moon behind the bigger moon. It's like how you've never seen the dark side of the moon until you send a satellite around there to look. Same kind of idea.
Okay, so
tiny moon theory.
What brought this up? Like, how does the tiny moon theory exist? Exactly.
Well, Far's interested in moons in the solar system and so forth, and her last drawing time lapse had a lot of moon stuff in it, and Far gets see, there's crazy conspiracy theories. It's like, Hollow Earth where the lizard people live, and Illuminati, and et cetera, and then there's things that need to come to light, that the truth needs to be known. It's not a conspiracy at all, like tiny moon theory.
Tiny moon theory.
Yes.
Interesting.
Its name is Selene.
Yeah.
I love that look. It's just
I feel like this is a reference to our comments from like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's Greek. You should love it.
I do.
The name Selene. I mean,
Kiki-san asks, "What if there's another planet in Earth's orbit that was on the other side of the sun? You mean like directly across from us, so we would never see it?"
Yeah, second Earth. That's a fun one.
Earth. That would be interesting. You can't prove that there's not one, right? Or you can prove it. You just have to send a satellite out there.
Yeah, if you trust the people sending the satellite out to not have programmed it to send back fake pictures. Am I right? Yeah.
You can't trust NASA.
Hey, Punisher's here. What's up, Punisher?
Yeah, hey, Punisher. What's up? Bill Stevens asks, "What is the Nameless Thief doing right now?" Actually, the Nameless Thief got a new thing for her outfit, so she's going to show up on Friday's show with a newer look than the new look. So stay tuned for that. I'm just going to continuously upgrade the outfit for the rest of the season. And then I have an idea for what I want to do for next season's outfit. But I'm not going to spoil it right now. So
Lion Patriot just asked what about Nemesis theory? I'd never heard of it, so I just looked it up. Nemesis is a hypothetical red dwarf or brown dwarf originally postulated in 1984 to be orbiting the sun at a distance of about 95,000 astronomical units or 1.5 light years, somewhere beyond the Oort cloud, to explain a perceived cycle of mass extinctions in the geological record, which seem to occur more often at intervals of 26 million years. It's a hypothetical orbiting the sun at a distance of... Really? A red dwarf or brown dwarf orbiting the sun at 95,000 AU.
Isn't that a sun?
Formerly, yeah.
It's just a really dense ball of thing.
As I understand it, red dwarf and brown dwarfs are stars that are near the end of their life cycle, as they've burned through a whole bunch of their mass and have begun to collapse. But it's been a good while since I did astronomy, so...
Yes, I think that's closer to the truth of it. Anyway, so we're at 2 hours and 1 minute there, Polly. Ready to close it out?
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, lizard people and robot kin of all ages, thank you so much for joining this fine evening, this fine Sunday evening. I hope you had a great time. I hope Polly had a great time. Polly, did you have a great time?
I had a fantastic time.
Wonderful. I'm so glad.
No, I just read it. I was wrong.
Oh.
A red dwarf and a brown dwarf are stars that don't have enough mass to fully ignite. They have some fusion but don't become full stars. They're, quote, failed stars. There you go. So at the end of their life cycle, they never got their life cycle started. So there you go.
Anyway.
Right. But yeah, I did have a fun time. I learned was reminded what brown dwarfs are and found out about Nemesis theory. Far, you need to do your next time lapse about Nemesis star that's causing mass extinctions constantly. It's out there. It's hunting for us by orbiting.
Do it. Anyway, thank you so much for commenting, sharing, liking, subscribing, and being here for as long as you guys were. We're not that interesting, are we, Polly? Yes, we are. Of course we are.
Well, I mean, I am.
I make you more interesting. Let's be honest. We'll be here same time, same place next week, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully we will have that guest that I have been hoping to get on air.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You fucked up again.
No, I didn't. Eve was busy.
Well, you just... way to not name who the secret guest is. Was Eve actually busy? I totally forgot that Eve was
she was busy. Again.
Oh, fuck, you got to bring Eve on. She's a blast to talk to. It'll be fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so... Polly, do you have anything that you want to shill before we leave?
Just in general, my channel. Go check it out. Fun things happen there. It's a great time.
All right.
What's the next thing?
AA?
Yeah, it'll be AA. The last thing was it was Noir Bar on Friday night. Far was there, Sinatra, Drunkle. Fuck, it ran a long time. I didn't realize we had streamed for like over 3 hours. Oh, wow. By the end of it, I was pretty loaded, but it was a fun time. We went over stuff on Amazon that shouldn't really be on Amazon, in my opinion. It was great. Drunkle ended up buying the bacon soap.
Really?
Yeah. He just really wants the tin.
All right.
Well, in any case, this Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern or 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island will be the AAA stream over on my channel. But before that, it will be at the same time over on Drunkle's, and then, of course, on Friday on Sinatra's. Yay!
All right. And I have videos that I'm working on, but I have no guarantee that they'll be out this week. As per usual, I am dragging my feet about it, and I keep hating the things that I come up with halfway through making them. I just got to buckle down and actually finish a project that I'm working on nowadays, because this is getting ridiculous. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, robot kin, and lizard people alike, we'll see you when we see you. Adios.
Later's all.
Bye.